because we have an extra long taste test to get into. Let's just jump into it. If you enjoy these, let me know. I am very curious to see which of all of these candies will be the best. First off, we have some Jolly Rancher gummies, sour, awesome reds. Gotta get our plate. Looks like we have 3, maybe more flavors to get into. We have sour cherry, sour pomegranate, sour watermelon, sour fruit punch, and sour strawberry. Alright, looks like we got all of the options right there. So first, let's go with the sour cherry. And it's going to be an overall ranking for this first one. I think we're missing the strawberry. No. There we go. So there are our 4. Looks like strawberries are the premium. Cherry. As far as cherry candies go, we'll give it maybe a 7.5 out of 10. The pomegranate next. Not too sweet, a little bit bitter, which is actually kind of nice, but a 7. It's not too apparent, it's a little soft, but maybe that complements the medley of gummies. Next, watermelon. Very sour. Tart, obviously. It has that, it misses like that sweeter watermelon taste, surprisingly. Maybe like a 7 as well. Fruit punch, which is surprisingly just a soft orange, maybe. Oh yeah. That's nostalgic. Okay. So, go back to childhood. For me, I had a shampoo bottle that was watermelon scented, and it was by Suave Kids, I believe. It was a green tube about this tall, and that tasted exactly like the smell of that which is a little bit unsettling, but not bad. 7.5, but really watermelon dominant. Lastly, the strawberry. Dang, that one's a 9. Best one out of the 5. So, as a group, I think the Jolly Rancher gummies will earn an 8. Those strawberries really elevated everything, and just dealing with a pomegranate and then a strawberry would take the strawberry to a 10. So very pleasant surprise on this one. Next, Warheads Wedges Uncomfortably Sour, Cherry Limeade, Pink Lemonade, and Watermelon Punch. Very curious about this. And it looks like... Does it look like... Yes, I believe it does. We have each flavor. Let's start with Cherry Limeade, and that just looks very satisfying to begin with. Not even sour. Very soft sweetness and soft texture. Wedge candies have this very... You want a little bit more firmness, but it just kind of gives. But when it gives, it doesn't evaporate, so it's kind of a funky wedge. That's a 6. Let's go. Watermelon Punch. It's a little better. Not sour. We'll give it a 6.5. Lastly, the Pink Lemonade. Much quicker than our first round. I've never tasted a pink lemonade that bland and boring. That's a 3. Very underwhelming, not sour. The wedges, almost how a wedge should be, but not quite there. These had a good texture, which gave to their score. Opposite on this one. It's gonna get a 4 out of 10. It's just not well put together, nor balanced. Kinda harsh, but oh well. Next, Sour Patch Kids Snapple Fruit Flavor Mix. Fruit Punch, Kiwi Strawberry, and Mango Madness. realized that these are all like the perfect summer candies. So fruit punch mango and kiwi strawberry. Now, I'm not really a fan of Snapple, so this should be interesting. Simple, sweet, not too great. The flavor is like an off-brand, store brand of a generic fruit punch. You know, that weird, like, I guess metallic, unidentifiable sweetness like in the middle back of the tongue. Those deliver it. Kiwi strawberry. Right here, I think. The first one was a 5. That one's a 2. Almost no flavor, just unidentifiable sweetness. Very disappointed. And mango. Mango's pretty apparent, so this one should be pretty easy to pinpoint. Well, damn. It started at a 7 and finished at an 8. So a 2, 5, and 8. But those mangoes make the medley worth it. It's gonna be a 6 out of 10. And by the way, a little late to ask, but if someone could put like a spoiler alert in all the rankings of the candies below, I'd appreciate that. I'd be curious to look back afterwards and see which is the best. Alright, some simple Haribo limited edition red, white, and blue gummies. Pineapple, cherry, and blue raspberry. Haribo bags are always so sharp, so let's start with the pineapple. Little bear guy. Okay, typical firm Haribo texture. The flavor elevates that once you really get through it, and the saliva kind of takes over. So we'll give it a 7. Fruit punch, I believe. No cherry. Firm. Not too sweet, not tart, not too anything. It'll get a 6. Kinda surprising. Interesting. It didn't really have much flavor. this one's gonna be weird. Sour Punch Bites Pickle Roulette. So apparently apple, watermelon, lemon lime, and pickle. Let's see. We'll try 5. Don't want to end up having too much sugar tonight. Okay. I got pickle right away. Honestly, I'm not upset. Maybe a 7 out of 10. It's very dilly. It does the job. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Not upset whatsoever. I got pickle again. Pickle again. Ooh, that one's way better. Like an 8 out of 10 now. I think that's lemon lime. Very similar to the pickle. So I'll give it a 5. Green apple. Like a 6. Sour Punch Bites, in my opinion, don't have the best texture. They're better when they're just flat. So overall, I know I didn't get to the watermelon, but I can only assume. Just for the pickle alone, I think it raises it to like a 6.5. Not too bad. Alright, we got some more warheads here. Tropical fusions. We have Paradise Punch. Okay. Tangy Typhoon, Paradise Punch, and Citrus Surf. Again, very summer themed. Nice packaging, at least. Honestly, if I wouldn't have tasted any of these, I would have picked up this one and be greatly disappointed. Well, that's a little big. Oh, wow. That's very surprising. The textures between Airheads and Laffy Taffy. Airheads because you know how it has a little bit of graininess. It doesn't quite have that much, just a little bit. And then Taffy, just by the look, Laffy Taffy, but much softer, almost perfectly splitting them between. It's probably exactly what you think it would taste like. More citrusy than the citrus, a little bit of mango, and just weird tropical tangy flavors. It's like a 6. This one I had the most hope for, just by the looks. Similar to this one. More sour. A little more grainy. Not as satisfying. Not refreshing. Like a 5. They did it right with this one. These two not so much. Overall, I guess a 7. Let me clear up this tray because we have a lot more candy to get into. Alright, back to business. Next, Sour Punch gummies. So, kind of notoriously, Sour Punch and I do not really link up well. But we have grape, lemon, strawberry, and blue raspberry. Let's see if the texture improves. Smaller than I thought they would be. And we have our flavors. So let's start with the grape. Ooh. I like that a lot. It clings to your teeth. Very chewy, very soft, very sticky. Flavor tastes a lot like Japanese flavored grape candies. It was a 9. Texture drops it to an 8. Yeah, not fun getting stuck in your teeth like dots. Lemon. Almost the perfect lemon candy flavor. Sweet, sour, tart, hits every part of your tongue. Not too strong, but has a nice, consistent, noticeable sweetness. 9, but again, texture down to 8. Strawberry. Wow. If you've ever eaten strawberry 5 So at first, it was like going into the movie theater, taking a seat with your blue raspberry icy. That first sip, well, I guess on the way to your seat. But then, just like an icy, once it melts and you know when it's all just kind of like syrup at the bottom, it has this very strong, concentrate flavor. It had that. It was a 9, then it dropped to a 7. Overall, an 8, but the texture back to 7. But, despite their texture, if you were to mix these, we'll test it one time for the theory. Strawberry and lemon. Amazing. Most of these flavors pair well with each other, so you can actually combine them, and they don't lose their personality. They blend perfectly. Wow, these are our front runner at a 9 out of 10. Sour Punch gummies. You're doing it right. And this is unintentional. I did not mean for most of these to be sour, but Gushers, blueberry grape, mixed berry, raspberry, lemonade. I think that's the raspberry lemonade. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Blueberry grape. Not gonna lie. As soon as I bit into it, it tasted like a fart. Not cool. I think Gushers are more fun for the experience than flavor. Texture. It's good when you first put it in, like if you suck them. But when you chew them, it's just the experience. That's a 5. Mixed berry. There you go. That's when you would put one of each flavor of the original Gushers and just pop them in your mouth. 9 out of 10. Way better pink lemonade than whatever that was. 8 out of 10. And that's considering both with their texture. Better texture than this, but overall, Gushers, in my opinion, you can't eat them continuously. Like that little bag that big is like perfect. And a perfect amount. This, way too much. So despite the good scores, it's getting a 7. Alright, our last warheads. Taffy, watermelon, blue raspberry, and green apple. is a yellow package. Why is it bluish green on the inside? Wow. Gave me a hiccup. That's really good. Again, Airheads, Laffy Taffy, perfect middle ground. 9 out of 10. Exactly what you'd want from a green apple candy. Packaging a bit annoying though. Exactly what you'd want. Airheads, Laffy Taffy, perfect middle ground, perfect flavor. That's a 10 for blue raspberry. Now lastly, watermelon. Will warheads of all candies take the lead against Sour Punch gummies, the most unlikely of candidates in my opinion? Damn. Will this be worth it? It's like bubble gum. Okay. Worst of the three. So, it's like you're getting some Laffy Taffy from a hot day during the summer or something at like an arcade when you're a kid. It's good because it's candy, but you know it tastes a little funky. 7 out of 10. But the combination, it's getting a 9 out of 10. We have a tie between these two. It's shocking to me. Next, we have some Haribo the Smurfs Sour. Again, sour accident. Is that really it? Raspberry and strawberry? I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. Let's see. Soft flavor, good texture, good feel. We'll give it a 7.5. Yep, same thing. Maybe a little less raspberry. Honestly, best thing is the texture paired with the soft sweetness. I'm giving it an 8 because they satisfy with just like 5 or so. You don't need to have like 20 Sour Patch Kids. They stand alone well. The only down part is it's paired with the Smurfs. Only 3 more bags of gummies before we get to our boxed section. And we have some watermelon slices by good old Albanese, world's best. To keep it fun, we'll do one of each. Whoa. Those smell like watermelon shampoo once again. Very strong, very apparent. Kinda pretty. Those are damn good. They have a soapiness to them. Very quick chew. I think slices and wedges are like their own category from gummies. And yeah, just gummies. So it's like a very soft, satisfying give when you chew down. 8.5 out of 10, but nothing close to these right here, despite the close score. Alright, we have to do it. Some Krabby Patties. Just a little refresher. Alright, what's your favorite part of a Krabby Patty? A lot of people like the lettuce, but I've always been a bigger fan of them buns. The meat's just more neutral to me. Spongy, soft. Don't know the flavor, but good. A 7.5 on the buns. Similar to the buns, but kind of stinky. So 6. Oh wow. I get it. That's an 8. Experience. 8.5 out of 10. Our last bagged candy. Albanese, world's best peach rings. If you've never had peach rings and you're not a fan of peaches, just do yourself a favor and try them out. I don't think I've ever had one that was disappointing. 7.5 out of 10. Okay, let me grab our box stuff and bring him right here. Okay, so we have a lot of Mike and Ike's to open up. So those will be their own spot right there. And then we have an oddball mix of Dots Reds, Swedish Fish Mini Tropicals, and Jet Puffed Gummies, which sound absolutely dreadful. But only one way to find out. Let's open up our first with our handy dandy Leatherman. Oh, went a little deep there. Let's see if that did the job. No need to go all the way. So we have cherry, fruit punch, and strawberry. I think that one's the same. Honestly, who could tell? Okay. It's a little irritating to me managing a box of dots because they always get stuck and they're so sticky. No way, we just got everything doubled up. Oh, I see the difference right there. That's a slightly different shade. Okay. Cherry. It sucks. It tastes like a dot. It's a 5. Strawberry. Not too bad. Soft, sweet. Not your typical strawberry. It like misses that. It's like when you get a very sweet strawberry with like no other profile. So I'll give it a 6. And fruit punch. Whoa now. The best hot summer day. You just finished soccer, baseball, basketball, whatever practice, and you're given a Hawaiian fruit punch with some ice, and you drink that. Different feeling, 9 out of 10. So surprisingly, these dots overall get a 7, despite their texture. That was unexpected. Very satisfying surprise. Oh god, those Jet Puff gummies are just taunting me. I just dislike when candies have a bag within a box. So unnecessary. We'll just put these to the side right now because they're a bit loud. So these are Pina Colada Tropical Island, okay. punch, and then passion fruit. Let's go with passion fruit. That made me mad. Terrible texture. It was like putting gummified sand in your mouth. Flavor just whatever. 4. I assume beachy punch. Better texture. Flavor unidentifiable. It's like a mixture between an island candle, a candy cane, and a Christmas season candle. 4. Tropical island. Nothing. It was like nothing compared to the other two. 0. I like Swedish fish. These just suck. And this is the one I have the most hope for. Alright, we're back to candles. Pina colada candle, or just pineapple. You're at a friend's house, but your friend kinda stinks. And you know they just kinda let one rip. And it's the smell of the candle mixed with a fart. 1. This, as an experience, is a 1. Very disappointed in Swedish fish. I did not think they would suck that bad. Maybe it's just a bad box, but damn. That's a violation. I don't even want to. It's like crying that it's opening. Would you ever in your right mind try these? Awesome. It doesn't even list the flavors. Just marshmallow with different colors. So luckily I just have to have the 1. Oh, they stink. Like someone put some glue in some Lucky Charms. What? These smiling bastards are actually decent. It's an initial firm chew, but quickly becomes soft, a little bit jelly gummy. I don't know, in the wedge like, but the texture on the outside is very similar to a peep. The taste of a marshmallow is exact. I'm very mad right now because I wanted to hate these, but they're a 7 out of 10. Oh my gosh, the texture is what really does it. I am stunned. If you've gotten anything from this video, try these too, and get a box of these just for the heck of it. What the heck? My jaw is almost to the floor, I'm not even kidding. 7. I think we all have had a Mike and Ike. Lemon. 7.5. Strawberry. 7. Lime. 7.5. Cherry. 8. Overall, 7.5. To me, Mike and Ike's are those types of candies that are just dependable, but no one really gets them. But when you do, you're like, oh, this is better than I thought. Kind of like a Junior Mint. Alright, just Jolly Joe's grape Mike and Ike. It's fighting it. Oh, that's dark. Yep, that's 100% medicine. Ooh, and a little extra sticky. That's a 5. Wait. It's getting sweeter. That's a 6. It gets to grape, but first medicine just right away. 10 flavors. Hold the phone. We'll save these for the end. Let's get into the tropical typhoon. Honestly, it would be pretty neat to mix those in with the regular Mike and Ike's. God, do they have to be pesky to open? Five flavors once again. Kiwi banana. Excuse me. No. No, no, no. That's banana contamination right there. That's a 2. You. No. Get out of my teeth. Mango. A little confused at first, but it settled. 7. Paradise Punch. some guava. Damn, that's a 9 too. That one really screwed it up. A 7.5 overall throughout the kiwi banana, you're good. Mike and Ike's are actually pulling through pretty well. But now things are getting a little bit sour. 10 flavors. That's gonna be... That's a lot. I don't think I've had this much sugar in the past month at least, even with our gummy videos. Let's scoot those away a bit so we can kind of tell the difference. Create a border. Make a Jolly Rancher wall around the other Mike and Ike's, around the Tropical Typhoon. That should be all 10. If it's not, I'm gonna be upset. Okay. Looks like we might have missed some. Sour Zappin' Apple. Nope. Sour Green Lemonade. Well, that's not fun. But it's not bad. Just very... It's actually like a limeade. So 7. This looks like the apple. 6. Watermelon Wipeout. Sour. 7, just not too much flavor. Juicy lemon. Oh yeah. Refreshing. 8. Pucker punch. Okay. No character. 4. Sour grape soda. They got lazy with that one. Ooh. Nice finish. 7.5. Slam and strawberry. It kind of goes back to that gum flavor, but sour. A little bit like a fruit punch. Not a fruit punch. Capri Sun. 6.5. Shock and raspberry. Ooh. That's nice. That's the most spot on to any fruit. It's actually like you picked the perfectly sweet and sour raspberry. 9. Screamin' cherry. Kinda soft. It has that cherry candy taste, but not that punch. It's gonna get a 6. Balance wise, I think the 10 flavors are a bit too much and they blend at points. Like some are very similar. I think a 6.5 a bit overwhelming. Last candy. Will it make it to the finals between the Warhead Sour Taffy and Sour Punch Gummies? It's going to be the same thing, but not sour. Big pour. Oh, yeah. A little explosion happened there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Caribbean punch, we've already had that. Strawberry, okay. It's everything we've had besides peach berry. I think that's Paradise Punch. Very good. Again. Pineapple banana, oh no. Oh, wait a second. It works. 8. I don't think we got watermelon. And it's not here. But all of these vary enough. The punch was great. Punch was great. Grape soda. Oh yeah. That's an 8.5. Kiwi banana. Forget about it. Pineapple banana. Heck yeah. I think this is the peach berry. Oh yeah. 7. Mike and Ike's do their flavors so well. If these types of candies are up your alley, they're so good. The strengths: Caribbean, Paradise Grape, Pineapple, and Blue Raspberry. Weakness: Mango Delight, Kiwi Banana. Strawberry Banana is actually alright. It's gonna get an 8 because there are too many, in my opinion. If they cut to half, then it would be a different story, but not bad. Mike and Ike, I think of all the brands, was the most consistent in what it delivered. But final time. versus A3 variety. And it all comes down to the best mix. Blue raspberry. I believe the worst. Yeah, not too great. Okay. Watermelon. Oh wait. Was it this one? Wait a second. Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Coming back around. It's stronger. Blue raspberry. Oh yeah. Green apple. This is tough. In comparison to everything else, they are so much better. Paired against each other, these have a way better flavor. But these pair together better. And this, I think this is the first time this has happened, but I think it's a tie. These are outclassed in flavor individually. These are way stronger individually, but you can pair grape with lemon, lemon with strawberry, strawberry with grape, any of them, besides like blue raspberry most likely, and you have something nice. But not everyone likes to have two pieces of candy in their mouth and just kind of go that quickly. I prefer these, but these are just as good in their own way. So we have a tie for first place. That's crazy. That was a lot of candy, my friend. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, like the video, share some thoughts, because I don't even know. I feel like sugar drunk. Anyway, please have a pleasant remainder of your night. Many sweet dreams, and until we meet again, stay safe, eat your fruits and vegetables, and brush your teeth.